It was time. I had been dragging my feet for what felt like weeks, maybe even months, but I had finally worked up the nerve to force our confrontation with Ref Her Mordenna, the Nightblade. We had spent the past several days taking every reasonable precaution, but now it was finally time to make our move. Bradford warned me that we were only going to get one shot at this, so we were going to have to pick our team carefully. After giving it some thought, I decided to build the team around our two resident Reapers, Elena Dragonova and Kyron Dorsha. The Reapers had been going up against Mordenna for years, so they were likely to be the most prepared for this kind of operation. And of course, if Dragonova was going, then that meant Altex would be tagging along as well. I filled out the rest of the team with some of our other veterans, including Phoenix as the squad's medic and Lieutenant Salviti as the squad's heavy support. Although I was a bit hesitant to send along one of Tygan's experiments, Naz had proven wildly effective during his first field op. Sure, he was a bit unstable, but I was hoping his strange new powers would provide the squad with the edge they needed against whatever Advent forces were guarding Mordenna's lair. I gave the order and the Sky Ranger departed. They'd be on site within the hour, and then there'd be no turning back. The most I could do now was hope for the best.
Time for us to finally take the fight to the Chosen themselves. Intel on this facility is almost non-existent. In fact, you may be the first human beings to step foot inside these walls. This may not be the most ideal situation, but it could be our only chance to take one of these things out. Good luck, and be careful. Okay, people. Stay alert and remember why you're here. That thing dies today, no matter what it takes.
Detecting a strong energy signature further ahead in the facility. There is no doubt in my mind that it is from the Chosen.
Then that's where we need to be.
Take pride, XCOM. Pride that you have come further than any of your kind. Pride that your death this day honors the Elders.
Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to episode 16. As I'm sure you already know, today we're raiding Mordenna's hideout. And, full disclosure, I've never done this mission before. So I'm going in blind. Right off the bat we can see there are 3 doors leading out of this room and no obvious idea of what direction we should be going in. So my current plan is just to follow the edges of the map while we clear these rooms one by one.
I had hoped you would never find this place, XCOM. You have forced my hand. I can afford to give you no quarter.
It looks like our squad doesn't get stealth this time around, but fortunately I had the foresight to bring both of our Reapers along. They'll be invaluable for scouting out enemy positions with their shadow ability. Though I primarily brought them along because Mordenna is weak against all of their attacks.
Watch my back.
We haven't spotted any enemies yet, but we can clearly hear some kind of robotic enemy moving around. Maybe an Andromedon, or possibly a Sectopod if those things can actually fit indoors.
On it. Affirmative, covering now.
Your world lies in turmoil, yet you choose to come here to face me. You squander what time you have left. You are not worthy of this world.
Fortunately, we're not on a time limit, so we can take this slow. Reapers first, and then the rest of the squad moving up behind them once we know it's clear. Still no signs of any enemies, so let's keep moving along the edge of the board. We'll move our squad as close as we can to these doors over here, and then next turn we'll breach them.
Got it. Roger that. Running.
I'll be there soon.
Double time. I'm on it.
I had counseled the elders to show patience with your race, yet here you now stand. My brothers were correct. You are unworthy of existence.
Well, we weren't expecting to sneak in here today. Let's take these things out.
2 mechs, a Lancer, and a Purifier. That's a pretty heavy squad. Let's start off by seeing if we can neutralize that heavy mech.
Going haywire.
I'd love to hijack control of this guy, but the odds just aren't in our favor. We'll stun him instead. Okay, that's one enemy out of the way, at least temporarily.
Let's take it. I'm in.
Now we need to prioritize taking out that Lancer. Wait, did he just... What the heck? Okay, well, apparently the heavy mech isn't stunned. I mean, he was, but somehow he recovered. And I'm not seeing any explanation for it. Okay, well, we do still need to prioritize that Lancer. He's the only one here who can theoretically disable one of our soldiers with a single attack. Fortunately, we've still got a lot of options here. Let's start off by moving Salvidi up. This is a bit of a risky move, but I'm hedging my bets that we'll be able to take down both the Lancer and the heavy mech this turn. I don't want to use any of our explosives this early into the mission. I'd rather save that stuff for the final fight. So for now, Salvidi's just going to hit the heavy mech with his gun. That'll shred its armor and hopefully make it easier for the rest of our guys to kill it before the end of the turn. That took off most of the heavy mech's armor, but more importantly it did damage. That means that our Reapers can now inflict bonus damage on it thanks to their Trail of Blood perk. And speaking of the Reapers, I can't help but notice Dragonova is still in shadow here, even though she's so close the mech should have spotted her. It says Chiron can move right next to that heavy mech without being spotted too. There's definitely something weird going on here. Well, whatever. Let's see if we can take it down. Wait, did he hit it? He had a 100% chance. Okay, well it clearly took damage, it's just not visually responding to the hit. That got a reaction. Okay, with the mech out of the way, let's go ahead and take out that Lancer.
Here I come.
Fortunately, since Soulfire deals guaranteed damage, there's no way we can get XCOM'd on this one.
I'm inside your head. You can't handle me.
Now let's see what these guys do. Fortunately, they're still under the effects of tactical analysis. As I suspected, all that cover protected my guys from the Purifier's flame attack. And Salvidi took a light wound there, but it could have been a lot worse.
Destroyed your race with but a single command, yet they rebuilt your world, offered you hope. Your actions this day are an affront to their generosity.
We can definitely take down the mech and the Purifier before the end of the turn. We just need to make sure that no one's standing too close to the Purifier when we take him down. First things first, let's shuffle Salvidi over and see if he can shred some armor for us. Nicely done. Now we can easily finish off the mech with one more hit. Now let's go ahead and bring Naz up.
Let's move already.
Actually, Chiron's already blown his stealth, so we'll have him finish off that enemy mech. And now we just have to deal with that purifier.
Little ammo remaining.
I obviously don't want to risk having Altex use a blade rush, but let's go ahead and move him into a flanking position. Then he can hit this guy with his shotgun. That's a good start. Now let's see if Dragonova can finish him off. And that'll do it. Definitely glad I decided to keep my distance. Room clear. First, let's go ahead and bring Phoenix up. Salviti's not hurt very badly, but we might as well use this opportunity to heal him up to full.
Go patch them up. Affirmative. Covering now.
Would it be so hard to trust the Elders? To believe for an instant that they fight for more than just a single world? That humanity is not the center of this universe, but just a small part of a greater whole?
Let's go ahead and start moving the rest of the squad in there, and then next turn we'll consolidate our position around that next door, reload our guns, and continue exploring the facility.
Solid copy. Scanning. Moving to Overwatch.
Your greatest minds struggle to grasp mere slivers of the Elders' knowledge. By now, they must see the futility in this conflict. The only way for your race to survive is to submit. And still, the Elders offer you mercy, and still you resist. You confuse petulance for righteousness. You doom your entire race. I will reposition.
I really like how most of these rooms have a clear purpose. It's... Oh, hold on. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, that's definitely not good. We're up against a pod of 4 chrysalids and another pod with an Andromedan and 3 codices. The last thing I want to do is trigger both of these pods at the same time, so I think I'm going to go for a bold move here. I'm going to go ahead and sprint Dragonova over here to the door, and next turn she's going to close it, cutting off their line of sight. That should hopefully let us take out the chrysalids before we have to deal with these guys. Of course, if this ends up going wrong, we could be looking at our first squad wipe.
My life is in your hands. You can never escape my sight.
And we absolutely can't afford to move anyone else. Unfortunately, we just don't know what the Andromedan can see from where he's standing. Oh no, no, no. And it just hit the fan.
It hit the plate.
Well, at least our guys are all hitting with their Overwatch shots. And Phoenix just emptied his entire clip into that Andromedan. But those codices are going to be a real pain. And here come the chrysalids.
It is not our will that you suffer. Humanity's sacrifice will be great, but so too shall be its rewards. Submit to me now, XCOM. Ensure the future of your people.
Okay. I wanted to save these explosives, but I think this situation justifies using some. Damn, I was really hoping the launcher would be able to reach that cluster of chrysalids. But I guess hitting 2 chrysalids and 1 codex will have to do.
Bombs away!
I will always find you.
1 action down, 5 more to go. What can we do here? Well, Phoenix obviously needs to reload, so let's do that. And Naz has a lot of tactical versatility, so let's see what he can hit with his Rift Gate. He can hit the whole cluster of chrysalids, so let's go ahead and do that.
Fear the void.
Well, that didn't kill any of them, but it did set them up for a possible... Oh, good, and we managed to panic one of them. It would have been nice if we had debuffed more of them, but I'll take what I can get. If we're lucky, that panicked chrysalid may end up going after one of its allies. Though if we're unlucky, it'll come after us instead. 4 more actions to play with. I obviously need to bring Dragonova back to a safe distance, but we'll get to that in a moment. Instead, let's bring Altex up here, see if we can take out that Andromedan. Close, but the important thing here is that Altex is standing at the front of the group. He's got Blade Storm, so I want everyone coming right at him.
I go where you tell me.
Let's go ahead and have Dragonova finish off the Andromedan. It'll reanimate, but as a robot.
No one will mourn them. I will need more ammo.
We all saw that thing go down. Now what the hell is it doing?
And now Phoenix can try to hack it. After what happened with the heavy mech, I'm not going to risk stunning. We'll go for the mind control. And we missed it. Well, now he's stronger. Well, good. I wasn't sure this is going to be enough of a challenge anyway. Okay, who do we have left? We have, Chiron. We have Chiron and Chiron. So I guess it's all up to Chiron. No pressure, right? Let's move him up and take out that wounded Codex.
No one will mourn them. I need more ammo.
Here comes the... Yep, okay, the psionic bomb. We knew that they were going to do that. That disables most of our weapons, but... Oh, right, our feedback ability just killed that Codex. That was an unexpected bonus. The other codices are hanging back, but here come the chrysalids. Altex, you're up. Nice.
That's how it's done.
Can he get a double? Nice!
What did you expect?
One more Altex. And that's the hat trick.
That's right.
Wow! Now we just need to worry about that buffed up Andromedan. And Altex manages to sneak in a hit on him, too. Oof, but he takes a pretty heavy hit in return.
We are not the monsters. We do not seek to kill and destroy. You project your own failings upon us. blind yourself for the truth.
All things considered, that last turn went pretty well. Now we've got 6 more actions to play with, but most of our weapons are disabled. Fortunately, Salviti's still got ammo, so let's move him up first. Oh, right, that thing was on Overwatch. Okay, well it missed him, thank goodness for small favors. Now let's see if he can drop that Andromedan before it can do any more damage. You're killing me, man. Okay, well, what's next? No matter what we end up doing, we need to make sure we move all 4 of these guys out of the radius of the psionic bomb before it goes off. Let's go ahead and bring Naz up, see what he can do.
Tired of waiting around.
He's definitely got some good options, but let's hold off on choosing one yet. Now let's get Chiron to a better spot.
As ordered.
And another Overwatch shot. I really need to pay closer attention. Okay, Chiron took a flesh wound there, no problem. We're fine. Let's see if he can return the favor. No guaranteed kills here, except for on that panicked chrysalid, and he's not a high priority just yet. Let's bring Dragonova up and see what she can do before we commit Chiron to an action. These actions are like puzzle pieces. If we can fit them all together just right, we'll get a picture of a bunch of dead aliens.
I loaded these cartridges myself.
Damn. Okay, she does exactly the same amount of damage as Chiron, so let's just go ahead and set up to kill the Andromedan. Now let's get Phoenix out of the bomb's radius. And instead of reloading, let's throw some healing at Altex. Because we're about to have Altex do something really stupid. Okay, now Chiron can get that Andromedan out of the way.
Tell your gods I'm coming.
And Naz can... He could kill that chrysalid, but that really feels like a waste of his action. Oh, let's stasis lock that codex.
Nothing gets through.
Nice, nice. That buys us a little more time. And now that we've only got one codex to deal with, Altex can do something slightly less stupid than what I originally had planned. He'll just finish off this chrysalid.
Only the best.
The bomb goes off, no one gets hurt. The last codex teleports. And tags Altex again. Thankfully, it's pretty low damage.
Peace, XCOM. Not for you. Your lives are forfeit, but for your children's children. Surrender, and they may yet live. This entire universe will survive.
And that's another codex down.
By the numbers.
And we got some Illyrium cores out of the deal. Nice.
I got the package.
At this point, I'm feeling pretty good about this. We've just got one more codex to deal with, and I think between 5 XCOM operatives, we should be able to manage that. Man, I just can't believe we got through that without anyone dying or getting incapacitated. I really thought we were looking at a potential squad wipe there. Let's get aggressive here, see if we can finish this fight. And that's about the worst thing that could have happened. That clone is way across the room. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get it this turn. But at the very least, we can take out this one. Let's bring Chiron up, and he can take care of that.
As you order, Commander.
Nicely done. And it's safe to say that the rest of our guys aren't going to be able to reach that other codex. And since it teleports, Overwatch is going to be useless. But just to be on the safe side, let's move a couple of our guys up and get them ready just in case.
Good to go. Overwatch. It's killing time. I'm on it.
Here comes the last codex, and... oh, thank goodness, it's just throwing a bomb at us. Well, that makes this easy then. Oop, and the feedback killed it, so even easier than I thought. Okay, let's get everyone out of the bomb's radius, reload our guns, and... let's, that room looks interesting. Let's head that way.
Moving out. My turn on watch.
No problem, boss.
Energy signature directly ahead. This appears to be an alien transport device of some kind.
Understood. Looks like we found our way out of here.
Oh, nice.
Ready to
So that's
engage.
exactly where we need to go. Not sure if there's going to be a guard on that platform,
Sure
so
thing.
let's be careful on our approach and take this chance to regroup and reload.
On your order. Let's do this. Folk says I am to obey. Ready to go. Reloaded. I'll watch closely.
Clear so far. Let's move a little closer and get a better look in that room.
My life is in your hands.
Still seems pretty clear, but let's move. Okay, definitely clear. Let's move the rest of the squad up.
Whatever you say. Go, go, go. Got it. Solid copy. I will go. Moving to Overwatch. Come get some.
Alright, let's move up onto the platform.
I can get there.
Got it covered. 10-4. On the move. Got it. Moving. No time to spare.
Okay, is
On
anything
Overwatch.
going to happen? Oh, okay. I have to actually trigger it. Let's just make sure everyone's ready for whatever comes next. Guns are good, but let's go ahead and burn off one more charge of healing to get Altex back in fighting
Family
shape.
Medical detail.
And we're as ready as we're ever going to be.
Well done, Menace 1-5. See you on the other side. We're in the belly of the beast now, people. Proceed carefully. What is that? Some kind of stasis chamber for the Chosen? No wonder they keep coming back at us despite everything we throw at them.
Even now you push ahead, XCOM, undaunted in your task. A fitting epitaph for your race. May you be remembered.
No sign of any enemies, but we're obviously supposed to move towards that ominous monolith. And we've got an enemy pod in sight. Thankfully, it's just 2 chrysalids. After what we've been through, that should be child's play. But first, let's get Chiron into shadow as well, and he can move up and see if there are any more pods hiding in the fog of war. Actually, let's just take out the chrysalids first. We really shouldn't immediately split up after entering the boss room.
You cannot run.
So that he gets the opening shot. And he succeeds in taking out most of the chrysalids' health. Altex is too far away to do a blade rush, so let's just bring him up and he can take a shot with his shotgun. Oh, very nice. He manages to drop that chrysalid in one shot. And hair trigger procs. Just a shame he doesn't have line of sight on that other chrysalid. But that's fine. We'll move Phoenix up and hopefully he can get the job done.
On the move.
That'll do it.
Hostile target
Now let's
down.
get Naz and Chiron up a little closer and we can set up for next turn.
Tired of waiting around.
Moving as ordered. Reapers are always
I'll keep
vigilant.
an eye on it.
Overwatch.
Oh, and no alien turn, so that means there's no more pods on the field. I guess we should, let's go ahead and move closer to that monolith over there.
Moving out.
At last, a true battle. You have done well, XCOM. Know that you have earned a good death.
All right. We've faced these things before and we can do it again. No matter what happens today, only one side is leaving this place alive.
Agreed.
Kind of intense here, Mordenna. Can we take it down like 5 notches? Okay, she's already invisible, so I'm cheesing out here and trying to see if I can figure out which space she's in by seeing which spaces I can't move into. We saw which space she was in right after the cutscene, but that space seems to be empty now, so she must have moved somewhere. I'm just not seeing anything here. Oh, no, that's just the pillar. Jeez, I'm not seeing her anywhere. Okay, well, this is taking too long, so I think we're just going to have to start moving up and... well, we'll know where she is once she actually stabs someone. Well, we'll bring Chiron up and, oh. Are you serious?
Never escape my sight.
Okay, let's get a claymore in there. Sorry about that. I guess if I had just moved up earlier, I could have saved us all a lot of time there.
It requires patience.
Okay, we've got the claymore in place. Now I just need to decide who's going to trigger it. It's a guaranteed hit, so we'll use Naz since his aim is pretty low.
Let's do this.
Yikes, okay, that did 24 damage, but she's still in it. Fortunately, we've got her flanked by both Reapers, so We should be able to finish her off with the next shot.
Bolt says hello. I have no more rounds.
Is that it? Are we done? Right. Of course we're not done.
Doctor.
The device appears to be some sort of psionic capacitor, transferring tremendous amounts of psionic energy directly to the Chosen, restoring them.
No wonder these things don't die.
Well, let's get everyone up there and start shooting the monolith.
Not a problem.
I'm worried we're about to see some enemy reinforcements coming in, but I want to hit that monolith while we have the chance, so let's focus on that. Man, we're going to have to hit that thing like 15 times.
Moving to position. I'm going.
I guess anyone who can't reach the monolith this turn will just go into Overwatch to be on the safe side.
You did not think it would be that easy, did you?
You know what, Mordenna? No, I really didn't.
Target's still up.
One priest and one Andromedan. It definitely could have been worse. I think this is exactly what we've been saving Naz's Dominate for. Let's see if he can grab that Andromedan.
Let's move already. You are mine.
Okay, things just got a lot easier. Now let's see if we can take out that priest.
On your order.
Though with his cover, positioning might be tricky.
I loaded these cartridges myself.
This might actually be a good time to use Altex again. Man, that guy's got a lot of health. Well, let's go ahead and start with a Blade Rush. Hey, and we stunned him. Is it actually going to... No, it is not. Okay, I guess everyone's just immune to stunning today. Well, we'll get back to the priest in a second. Let's take a couple of pot shots at the monolith.
No problem, boss.
Oh, hey, hair trigger. Well, hit it again. Now let's... I could take pot shots at the priest, but I don't think that'll bring him down. But Dragon Nova can actually move far enough to flank him. And since Altex already hit him this turn, that means Dragon Nova can use her Blood Trail perk. So let's go ahead and do that. Another solid hit, but he's still in it with 4 health. I think at this point I'll just have to hope that Altex takes him out with Blade Storm. Phoenix isn't close enough to shoot the monolith, so let's take a shot. Well, I guess that's what I get for doubting him.
On reserve.
Great. More reinforcements.
There are more coming.
Oh, it's just a berserker. I can handle that easy enough.
I have sight beyond vision. Soldiers loiter carelessly.
The trooper should be easy to take out, too. We definitely got off easy this time. Okay, let's see here. First things first, let's see if we can take out that trooper with some impromptu brain surgery.
Accessing target!
Well, we missed the bonus intel, but I can live with that. What?
Still there.
Phoenix.
It's just a few days.
Sorry, that just caught me off guard. Now, where were we? Right, the Berserker. Let's go ahead and have the Andromedan trim her health down a little. Nice. I really need to upgrade to plasma weapons when I can afford it. And that,
I'm reloading.
okay, just a visual glitch. The priest is clearly dead. Anyway, let's see if we can go ahead and finish off that Berserker.
Volk says I am to obey.
No, Altex, I don't want you to stab the Andromedan.
Absolutely.
I want to save as many shots as I can for the monolith, but I'm not sure if any of these guys can take the Berserker down in one shot. Oh, scratch that. Dylan can, but he's got a 1 in 4 chance of missing. Let's try moving him a little closer first.
I can handle that.
There we go. Alright, everyone. Keep hitting that
That
monolith.
was good. My weapon's spent. Good to go.
They found us.
And what have we got this time?
Sending in more.
Ugh, an Archon.
Watch the sides!
They're sending in more.
And a Spectre. Even worse. Well, I'd love to take the monolith down before that counter hits 100%, but we definitely need to prioritize taking out that Spectre. The last thing we need is for it to clone one of our soldiers. Let's see what our options are here. Let's start by seeing if we can get this Archon off the board. Altex could Blade Rush it, but we know we can't stun it, and he actually does more damage with his shotgun. But I'm still not sure I'll be able to take both of these guys out in a single turn. Let's move the Andromedan up front to draw enemy fire. And let's go ahead and move Salvidia around,
Whatever
and
you say.
he'll burn off another explosive to take out the Spectre's cover. Having a bit of a hard time drawing. There we go.
Target locked.
Now we're all flanking it, so the Andromedan can take his shot. Nice, a 13 damage crit. Phoenix is pretty far away, but he should still be able to get a shot on the Spectre. Let's see if he can finish it off. Ooh, just barely enough.
Hostile terminated.
Negative. Weapons
Okay,
dry.
now let's go ahead and start working on the Archon. In fact, let's just go ahead and move Altex right up next to it. I want to make sure there's no chance he misses this shot.
Heading out.
Very nice, another 13 damage crit. Now let's see if we can finish this thing off with our next shot.
I go where I am needed.
And there we go. Now hopefully we can take out the monolith with our last couple of shots.
Finally. I'm hoping that's a good thing.
Yes. The regeneration process has been interrupted. Readings on the capacitor indicate it has become highly unstable.
Then let's target that Chosen with everything we've got.
I had not thought this possible. To fight another on equal footing. How exhilarating. For that, you have my gratitude. I am not your prey reaper. If you presume to hunt me like the others, you will find yourself at the end of my blade.
Okay, now Mordenna's back on the field, but she's invisible again. Let's just start moving our guys up and hopefully she'll reveal herself. Then we might be able to finish her off with our last claymore.
Give me a minute. I'm going. Ready to engage.
No sign of her just yet. We may have to let her stab someone.
Back in.
And I guess we'll go ahead and set our guys on Overwatch, just in case some more reinforcements show up.
It's killing time. I'll keep an eye on it.
Reapers are always vigilant.
Affirmative. Covering on it. On Overwatch. Oh, no, my wrath.
You will not suffer long. My path is clear. The elders bolster me with reinforcements.
Target eliminated. Repositioning on us.
It is only when death is on the line that a warrior is truly tested. My resolve remains unwavering. My purpose absolute.
We need to get our people back on their feet, Commander.
Okay, that wasn't too bad. Salvidi took a pretty nasty hit and he's dazed. But we have to get him back up right away. I already know what I want to do, but we're going to need his grenade.
Get back in the fight.
Okay, now let's hit Mordenna. That'll take off a chunk of her health and hopefully clear away that cover. Good. Now, let's see if we can clear that other stun lancer off the field. That takes care of that.
A trivial loss, easily replaced.
Now let's bring the Andromedan up, see if we can trim off a little more of Mordenna's health bar. And now we should be able to finish her off with one more hit. We won't even need that Claymore. I guess it's appropriate to let Dragonova take the last shot.
My life is in your hands.
Sorry, Mordenna.
For the Reapers!
It wasn't easy, but we managed to pull it off, Commander. If only we could see the look on the Elders' faces.
You have fought well, XCOM. May you reclaim this world for your own.
Well, that was unfortunate.
Advent officials announced an increase to this month's recruitment quotas. Citizens are encouraged to voluntarily visit their nearest recruitment center. Remember, only together can we build a better tomorrow.
Good work out there, Commander. The Elders are going to be pissed about losing their favorite puppet.
Let's see here. Chiron's got 21 action points to play with. Highlands lets him carry an additional Claymore. Banish lets him empty his whole clip into a target. And Deadeye, well, whatever. We already know we're taking Highland. And I could pick up another perk, but that would dip into our pooled ability points. I don't think I want to do that just yet. Salviti's up a level. Grenadiers already have a problem with accuracy, so I've never been a fan of chain shot. I'd much rather take Volatile Mix for the bonus grenade damage. And Altex is up a level. Untouchable is a pretty good perk. It rewards high-risk playstyles. Deep Cover's a decent passive perk, but between the two, I think Untouchable will be more entertaining. It's a perk that'll really help when we Blade Rush Altex into dangerous situations. Good work, people. Go get some rest. In retrospect, I suppose there really weren't that many ways that this whole thing with Mordenna could have ended. This was probably the most inevitable conclusion, but it didn't make it any less tragic. Some small part of me had hoped she would somehow see the error of her ways, that she would relent at the last moment and join us in our war against Advent. And in the end, she really did seem to consider it, at least for those last few fleeting moments before she had instead decided to take her own life. We had recovered her body, of course, and for once Tigan seemed to have the common human decency to not ask if he could hack it apart. I did agree to allow him to research Mordenna's weapons, but I wanted to make sure that we treated her body with respect. Unfortunately, I don't think everyone got the memo. I really needed to have a word with some of our soldiers.